So I discovered in my quick test run of this game that there is a streamer mode.
I just stopped streaming MultiVersus, WB's new brawl-style game, free to play. It's currently in a closed alpha, which I was lucky enough to get a part of, and I want to share with you my thoughts, some of the characters that myself and a lot of my viewers are excited about, some of the ups and downs of streaming this off the bat, which obviously won't be an issue so much once the alpha and betas have gone through, but just to start off with some of the issues that I've had today, and that potentially could be an issue for the next couple of days. So we're going to drop over and we're going to watch a little bit of my stream from twitch.tv/SLanaGray, and then we're going to jump back, we're going to have a bit of chat, and we'll show a bit of the gameplay, the fighting style. We'll talk about those things because they're very specific and very interesting to look at. And then we'll come back and we'll have a bit of a chat about thoughts, characters we'd like to see, options they have. So one of the first things I want to talk about is the options menu. Now, obviously, every game has a settings menu. This one just has a certain feel about it. It's just comfortable. You've got your audio output options. You've got some audio profile options that are really nice. There is a streamer mode, which is really cool, meaning that there's no copyrighted music. There's even a mature language setting, which I find is, really useful because, it's a game that's going to appeal to the younger audience. So it would be good to have it as an option. I ran this at the highest graphic settings that the game would allow me to run, which was literally the top settings, but I don't think it requires much in the way of system requirements to get anything running. Gameplay modes off the bat. This game has a 1v1, it has a teams, it has a co-op, and it has a free-for-all mode. I played around with the 1v1 and the free-for-all. I didn't touch the teams, which is the recommended go-to. I didn't play versus the bots, and I didn't look at the co-op versus AI. I will be going back and having a look at those modes on my stream, just to try and see if they're any different. I found the experience was very good in 1v1, and it was quite fun in free-for-all. So off the bat, we're handed 10 characters with no need to unlock any of these. We're handed Shaggy, Rain Dog, who's an original for this game, Wonder Woman, Jake the Dog, Harley Quinn, Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry as a single character, Finn from Adventure Time, Velma, and Tasmanian Devil. Then available to unlock with a certain amount of in-game currency, we've got Batman, Superman, Steven Universe, Garnet, and Arya Stark. Interesting choices. We had a bit of a chat about potential characters we might like to see in future a little bit later down the stream, and we rattled off some names like Flintstones, Samurai Jack, Harvey Birdman, the Teen Titans, any of WB's other franchises that would be really good to see in some form of alternative content. It'd be really cool to see them brought in here. We assume Rick and Morty is kind of just a guarantee though.
I'm cute. I'm fun. I'm gonna kick your teeth in.
I ignored the suggestions of the tutorial and jumped into the first round, not with Rain Dog or Shaggy, but with Harley Quinn. A personal favorite of mine from the Batman universe, and obviously Batman wasn't available off the bat.
Prepare yourself!
Do these momos really think they can beat us?
First thoughts of non-tutorial battle. Honestly, I expected more clunk. I expected some dipping issues, some extra lag, some delay in each hit. But honestly, it was smooth. It was clean. The background was weird because, you're in your first match ever. You think they'd automatically throw you at, like, the prettiest map. But instead of doing something like that and requiring me to be like, oh, this map's really pretty, and get that taken away from me, the first map I got thrown in was a holodeck simulator from Star Trek, or whatever it happens to be. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. The first battle was really good. It was a good way to understand how the character moves. The buttons are pretty complex in the fact that you have like 2 different sets of button types, so you've got to keep that in mind. Plus your dodges, plus your shoulder buttons do things. Each character has some pretty wide and versatile attack sets.
Victory!
Now, I don't know if anything's going to change after the closed alpha, but whenever you finished a round, it would ask you if you wanted to rematch immediately, which was a really cool feature because there are a lot of games out there where you come up against someone in the match and you wanted to go again because you had a lot of fun or you thought they were good, and you just don't have the option because it's just not presented to you, which is really cool. And then after that, once you wrap up, you get some progression on the battle pass, be that the free or the paid for version, which the paid for version is not available at the moment in the alpha, as far as I can tell. But you also get some in-game currency, which means you can work towards unlocking in-game things that don't require any additional currency. I don't have any more details on the battle pass as yet. I'm as clueless as anyone else.
Choose your character.
What's really nice is they've given you a reason to have in-game currency, and they've also given you a reason to focus on one character at a time. For example, certain characters like Bugs Bunny, Shaggy, I'm sure most of them actually, I didn't double check, have secondary costumes that can be unlocked at a certain level of mastery or a certain section in the battle pass, or various other things. For example, the Shagworth outfit for Shaggy is the first big unlock in the battle pass. The in-game currency, on the other hand, is how you unlock things like Batman, Superman, any of your unlockable characters. And I believe there's some other things you can get through your in-game currency, like toasts, so you can toast your fellow players, which can sometimes be a mission or an achievement for the day, which will give you more currency. Other notably cool things they've added into the game are perks, which unlike those in some other games, you don't have to unlock or get by spending a certain amount of points. You're just given them by playing a certain character for enough time, and they give you various capabilities or various additives. Some of the other really cool things we discovered as we went through the game was this really useful menu, wherein, you could do your standard things like change your profile picture and have a look at the leaderboards, but you could also look at your own match history for quite a few rounds, which was really cool. And then there were quite a few things that you could unlock with either battle pass or a certain level of mastery down the track that would give you more options for your profile pictures and your backgrounds and your banners and all kind of things, including what your ring outs look like, which was really cool because if you didn't like the stock standard, you could go with Arya Stark off the bat, which was House Targaryen, which was really cool. It was dragony and flamey. Or you could, your first or second battle pass unlock was the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes standard, like, noise, which was a really nice touch to have in a game. Other nice touches to talk about, there's a lot of them, so we're just going to cover over a few. Tom and Jerry, when they fight with Tom trying to attack Jerry, and Jerry being in the right spot to make sure that you attack the opponent. Little quips between Superman and Batman when they fight.
Okay, Bruce. No kryptonite now, right?
Jake the dog basically becoming this game's Kirby. There were a lot of really cool features that were just little tiny little bits that were astounding about the actual gameplay.
Choose your character.
No, I am not by any means finished talking about all the things I actually thoroughly enjoyed about this game. However, we need to get into some of the other conversations. So obviously, it's a free-to-play game. It has a battle pass. The battle pass is kind of cool. I don't know what the fees are going to be on it, but if it's like any other game, I don't know if that means microtransactions all the time. Streaming it was really weird. Because it's in closed alpha, I spent the entire stream having to have my mods fight this consistent wave of people coming in asking for alpha codes, which was really disappointing because, like, you want to make friends, but at the same time, you can't just go giving out your alpha code to everybody. What's really cool about this alpha is the fact we are not under an NDA, which is exciting, and we've actually been able to stream and make content out of this game. As such, we're making this video. Things I'd like to see in future, I'd like a few more levels. Obviously, it's in alpha, I wasn't expecting wonders, but we'd definitely like some more levels with some more themes, some more characters like Beetlejuice, Harvey Birdman, any of the, like, we'd like a couple of horror themed characters because they could have some really cool movesets, as well as some iconic animated characters from the past. Ideally, when this game comes out in beta, it should be really, really cool for everyone, and I'm excited for everyone to jump in, and I hope there are some differences between the alpha and beta in terms of characters. I'd like to see a few more pop in. I'd like to see some teasers for some more. We're talking about the fact it'd be really cool to have a campaign mode built into it, which even if it's like an extra DLC, that'd still be really cool. There's a lot of things that we thought it could do with, but it wasn't missing off the bat. Like, you weren't missing out on gameplay because of limited characters or limited areas to play. The gameplay was really smooth. Overall, I had a really fun time with this game. There's just a few things obviously to watch out for if you're streaming during the closed alpha, largely being people coming in asking for codes all the time, which we had quite a number of in chat. I think my mods banned or timed out, 15 people, who literally the first thing they'd come in and they'd just go, do you have any codes to spare? And then they'd leave again. But all in all, final thoughts, it's a solid game. It's been really well made so far. It's got some really good levels. It's got really good character interactions. All of the characters fight in ways that make sense for them. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video. We'll be streaming some more Monday, Tuesday at 8 PM, straightly in Central Standard Time or Adelaide time, depending on which one's easier for you to calculate. And I'll probably be playing this until the alpha is closed.